Why hello there Reddit, why hello there YouTube. It's the one here from Ugu Empire. Very anime place on the internet. Anyway, today gonna tell you about this item. Scrying Orb. It's great in my opinion, and for some reason people don't really appreciate it. There's good reasons for that, so I will talk about the reasons, about why it's so good, and first and foremost what it does. You can drop down some circle of vision with it. Range goes up at level 9. 2-minute cooldown, and if you buy the upgrade, the range goes up another 500. The cooldown goes down 30 seconds to 90. And this is how it looks. Lasts for 2 seconds. If you hit champions with it, will stay on the champions vision-wise. You will get vision on the champions individually for 5 seconds further. You have to know, that's the one downside, you have to know where the enemies might be. You need some semblance of map awareness. Especially good map awareness if you want to put it to great use, that is. Keep that in mind. It's a great item also to think about how to improve your map awareness. Ways to drop this down there. If you expect the enemies to have pink there, or for some reason you could also look over here with the thing, and if there's a pink you can take it out. Or yeah, we are already talking about what this thing does, to be honest. You can also, if you expect enemies to Baron, you can give vision on Baron. If you want to check if Dragon was taken while you didn't have control over it, you can do that. If it's up, you can tell your team with that, hey, let's do Dragon. They didn't actually do it yet, so we can do it. That's kinda out of where it should be. Drop it a bit closer maybe. And that's all the uses that don't even involve knowing the enemy location. Fun fact. Another one of these easy uses. Let's say you are confined to your base. You're expecting the enemies to camp this bush, but you know you can have a fight. It's too dangerous to walk up and ward it with a trinket ward, but hey. This one is not a good idea, so first and foremost you can just do this. And then you have vision. So you don't walk up. No, this is bad. This is bad. No, fuck, no, you're dead, Cassidy. No! One of the hardest uses, I would guess, is you know all enemies are missing. Your team is somewhat split. And you know, you have an idea where the enemies are based on where you have wards, so you will make an educated guess where they might come from. Maybe a bit closer here as well. Maybe a bit here closer to this. Instead. And then, if you are 3-man pushing mid for some stupid ass reason, which happens all the time, your team knows, oh fuck, there's 4+ enemies coming from this bush, or maybe from over here. Who knows? This will tell your team for sure. It's even better than walking away like a wise man. It's even better. You just have to tell your team with this item that this is dangerous. Now, there's 2 other great uses. They don't require much map awareness, but they do require you to be able to use active items in a high pressure situation. So around this corner you don't know what the enemies are up to. You're chasing into unknown terrain. There's this bush, there's this corner. You just drop it the way they are running. So you could either drop it here, from over here already, or over here if they are running this way. So there's like also the chance they might jump over wall if they go this way, so you might hold on to it. And then jump after him as Cassidin into safe to run because you just scried it. Another great use for it. When you get chased. Yeah, it sounds funny, but that's how it is. Actually it's ambushed, but it's a similar concept anyway. So you get ambushed, you're like just minding your own business. You know enemies just did Dragon, maybe your team isn't ready, but you know you have 5 people mid. You're just sieging, minding your own business. For some reason you didn't ward right, but... So you know, you get ambushed. Your team is ready to run over here or over there, depending on your side of the map. You don't have wards there though, because you didn't expect to get ambushed at all really. Because you were just like minding your own business, pushing with 5. So what happens is, the enemies will try to use this bush somehow. And then it can be quite useful too, if you want to sneak around, ambush, to actually give vision on the thing from a distance, yeah? Or if they are running away, I have a great video actually. A real happening. How we get ambushed from over here, and then, you know, you just look at it. So what happens here is pings go down, team is aware there's enemy danger approaching. You don't have vision though, at all. Suddenly Thresh pops his speed charm, Hook misses, there I pop my thing there for some reason. And then we have vision, and we wouldn't have any minions at all to give us vision for this. And I wouldn't have vision either till I actually face check that bush. So we actually maintained vision entirely throughout that fight. Even though I walked into some silly spears there, it was still all worth it, simply. There's a million more uses, I tell ya, like, actually you can farm as AD carry. If you are pushing out solo bots, you know, late game, you want to push this, farm it, and then you are here, and you have purple side, you're a purple team. and you want to know what's up here, what's coming from here, you just drop your side orb here. If you are a jungler, or if you are capable of taking buffs easily, you can do that. See, that's a blue buff, it's not taken by the enemies, you can grab it, maybe. Same with red buff, you can do it from river, even further if it's upgraded. So you just get a lot of control over enemy objectives with this item too. Bonus chapter, how to increase your map awareness. There are some easy steps. Step 1, ward your lane. Step 2, look at the minimap every 5 seconds if you can. Maybe between us hitting. Maybe not if you're trying to fight right now, but it doesn't hurt to check. If you're trying to 2v2 and then suddenly you get totally demolished by the jungle, well, maybe you had a chance to see the minimap and avoid that. Even if it's during combat, you can abort the mission. Also works for top and mid lane. Place wards, get awareness of the common engage routes. They're actually quite, you know, they're just like you know, if you get a hand for where to ward, you will also know where the enemies would pass through most likely. Like this is 2 ways here. This is a 2-way thing, and this is a 2-way thing as well. So you can place a ward here or here. Also another note, referring to green trinket as normal trinket makes sense, because you will have it for most of the game till mid or late game, and then you can swap it out, depending on what your game plan is. The moment you start to rotate and roam, instead of farming for the most part, you want maybe a scanner or a scrying orb. And that's that for today's lesson with Tawan from Goo Empire. Hope you learned something from it. Hope you will put it to some use on the League of Legends killing field. And if you liked it, maybe drop a follow, maybe drop a like. Or check out my stream. I stream daily, hopefully. Europe times though, in the evening, or not. We will see. Oh, and if you want to talk about anime, I'm a very Ugu-friendly streamer to talk to about these things. I'm such a huge moe kawaii Ugu anime person. Huge gains in your anime knowledge if you want to. If you want to devolve into some sort of moe blob fanatic, yeah. Whatever that is. See you around.